Over the years that I've been playing this game of snooker, it's never ceased to amaze me the wonderful and unusual things that tend to happen. When they do happen, I try to make a mental note of that situation, and if it confuses me or puzzles me as to why that happens, I try to get on the snooker table and work out what has actually happened. Ultimately, hopefully for my benefit when I'm playing. Here I've set up a little unusual situation where the blue is on its spot, a red is directly in line down the centre of the table and touching the blue. I make that point about touching the blue because it simply doesn't work if it's not touching the blue. But it's amazing how this type of situation can and does occur. So here the object is to pot the blue, and if I can hit the blue on the left hand side, say for example, the blue will rebound off the red and go into the right hand centre pocket. It doesn't really matter whether I strike the blue half ball, 3/4 ball, 1/8 of a ball, or even fine on the edge. It will always rebound off the red and go into that pocket, providing I can hit it on the left hand side. So here I'm striking the blue quite thickly, not too hard, but quite thickly, and just play the blue off the red. And in she goes. I can set that shot up again. Remember, the balls are touching, directly in line. And this time, what I'm going to do is strike the blue quite thinly. Still on the left-hand side, remember, but quite thinly. It still rebounds off the red into the pocket. I've mentioned the need for the two balls to be touching for this shot to work. What I haven't talked about is the pace of the shot, how hard you hit it. Now we've seen at a fairly gentle pace the shot works. But if I hit the ball hard, there's obviously other forces at work. And you'll notice that the blue goes narrow of the pocket. The rebound effect is not quite the same. So there, as you will have noticed, the blue has hit this jaw instead of going into the pocket. So obviously the pace of the shot has affected the shot. So if this scenario crops up in a real frame situation, through practice you're going to determine what works on your table, but in the real situation you've also got to consider the pace of the shot and obviously where the cue ball's going. I'm intrigued to learn your answers on this. Why does it work at a gentle pace and not at a powerful pace? Remember I said that the balls must be touching for this situation to work. Just to demonstrate that, I'll put the blue on its spot, and here we've got a slight gap between the two balls, just 1/8 of an inch. We play the shot in exactly the same way, the blue onto the red, and the blue will always end up slightly narrow. The rebound effect doesn't quite take place in the same way. So here, blue off the red, and you'll see that I've hit this jaw. If the gap was wider, the blue would hit here or here, all right, instead of going into the pocket. Now, for me, it's an interesting phenomenon. And perhaps, I don't really know the answer as to why it happens. I know there's a rebound effect. Perhaps the physicists amongst you can come up with the answer and write in. I'd appreciate that, let alone all the other viewers throughout the world. Why does that happen? Get you thinking. We've seen what can happen when the blue's on the centre spot and rebounds off the red. A sort of similar situation can occur all over the table. Here I've set up one or two examples of the same thing. So starting with this one here, I've got the yellow and the red, yellow and red touching, all right? Yellow's in line, a direct line with this pocket and the centre pocket, okay? And then the two balls are at right angles to that line. So if I come round here now with the cue ball, and all I have to do is strike the yellow on what in this instance is the right hand side, the side away from the pocket. And what would happen, it would rebound off the red and go into the pocket. So no need for any pace on this shot, and there we go. Now the same situation occurs here, where we've got the green that's going to go in. So the green is in line with the corner and the centre pocket, and the two balls are at right angles again to the cue. Very important. Here, all I need to do is hit the green on the side away from the pocket, going in towards the red, and the green goes in. Same situation here with these balls on the going into the centre pocket here. So the pink is in line, centre pocket and corner pocket. The two balls are at right angles to the cue. And all I need to do is hit the pink on the side away from the pocket. Rebounds off the red and into the pocket. Same situation occurs obviously on this side of the table. The brown is in line with the centre pocket and the corner pocket at right angles to the cue, remember. And all I need to do is hit the brown on the side away from the pocket. Rebounds off the red, and in we go. As I said earlier on when we was talking about the blue and the red, I don't quite know why that happens, but I do know it only happens when the two balls are touching. Work it out for me. I'd be intrigued to hear your answers.